And welcome back to Week 4, Day 1 of the Commonwealth League. LaRue doing the play-by-play casting for it. Almost said my real name for there for a second. I was still in high school football mode. Either way, Sneeze is doing the color commentary here. Of course, we've seen 2 games throughout tonight. We saw RAR take down Lionheart Esports in our first game of the day, and G3 Reapers, they took down Monster Mash previously, and so our last game of the night going to get started a little bit past 9 p.m. and so we will get our chance to see these 2 teams in action. As like I said a couple times tonight, mediocre at best, Sneeze is looking to stay undefeated this year.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting one. I think they have the right tools. I don't want to spoil draft phase here for you guys. It should be a really interesting comp that we haven't seen yet from them. There's maybe a few crossover picks, but I like that they're bringing different things every week.
Yeah, so as you see here, the bans for each side, it's going to be Shen, Twitch, and Zaya for the side of Nocturnal Dragons. And mediocre best, they're going to take away the Xin, the Zed, and the Wukong. Of course, you see it's going to be the Mundo Jungle coming out for mediocre at best with that Fiora top.
Yeah, the Mundo Jungle is very interesting.
So you see here, Urgot,
basically
Sejuani
runs you down.
Yeah, so you see here, it is the Urgot, Sejuani, and yet again, Morgana, but this time going to be in the mid lane for Nocturnal Dragons, and the Nico going to be the mid laner for Dumb KT. So, second ban phase is upon us. It is going to be the Akali and the Rise for mediocre at best. Nocturnal Dragons, they're going to ban Aatrox, and then I can't remember what the other ban was. I know there was an issue there, but they were dealing with that in chat, and I was dealing with someone else. So we'll get here in a second. We'll see what that last ban is, and then we will get into our second pick phase as we continue along here in with our last game of the night.
We I noticed Quetzalcoatl's in here. Sejuani's special. I think he went one loss all last season on Sejuani and played it pretty much every game.
That was I think you're confusing him with Stupid Bird, but either way.
Oh, that was Stupid Bird. You're right.
Yeah, Stupid Bird was the Sejuani player, but you do see here it is Tristana and Kaisa, both AD carries, very big parts of their teams. Actually, by the way, that is nope, that's the pick ban phase, excuse me, but it is going to be the Nico mid and the Tristana AD carry. I had to think about that for a second here. As pro draft is the actual draft. This is just picking for your roles, but either way, it's going to be Nomad on the Kaisa, and Wolfie going to be playing the Thresh. And it's going to be Lux for I Call Linux.
Yeah, I really like the adaptation of the first pick Morgana and then taking it. It's a really nice a nice little twist there. Because you have that free pushing power, and then no one can gank you because of Black Shield. So.
Yeah, so with that, you do see the full comps in all other glory. For the side of Nocturnal Dragons, you have the Urgot in the top lane, Sejuani in the jungle. Morgana can be played yet again here in the mid lane. Kaisa for Nomad, and Wolfie going to be on that Thresh. Over on the other side, for mediocre at best, you're going to have the Fiora up on top. Dr. Mundo in the jungle. Nico is going to be the mid laner for today. Tristana AD carry, and Lux going to be that support. So take a look at the comps as usual, Sneezes, and give me some thoughts as we approach our last game of the evening.
If Fiora can split push, GG. Mediocre best wins. If Nico is impactful in team fights and Tristana can free hit, GG. Mediocre best wins. If literally anything else happens, GG. Nocturnal Dragons wins. I think Nocturnal Dragons has some really interesting tools. They can dogpile on somebody. Morg hits a Q, Sedge hits an ult, Urgot hits an ult. They can just guarantee a kill at any point in the mid game. But the actual map winning conditions are a little more clear for mediocre at best. Nico is really safe in side lane. She can go get farm. Lux ult is really dangerous, even as a support. Tristana is probably the best scaling ADC right now, and is still even pretty strong in laning phase because of the rocket jump and buster shot. And Mundo is really going to outscale Sejuani from a tanking perspective. I think he can also beat her early. It's kind of a rough situation with all the nerfs that Sejuani's gotten. Mundo's in the prime position kind of dominate the jungle here, but if they can get their team involved, and there's also no melees on Sejuani's comp, so it's going to be a little difficult for her to proc her passive fight. But she's basically going to be an alt bot, which could be good enough. So, getting in here, one thing that surprises me is the ignite on the Nico. I think I would have thought teleport or even cleanse because of Morgana and Sejuani, but I don't think Nico wants to get that close. Maybe she does with their ultimate, but definitely an interesting. And I want to see if it's Glacial Nico. I've seen the full AP, burst Nico, and I don't really like it. I think she's way better as Glacial. And I actually think both mid laners should go Glacial this game, with Morgana as well being super efficient with just a few items.
Yeah, so obviously you see here, and I'll give my thoughts on the Nico for a second here. I honestly think, you take the Ignite. Ignite's a good finisher because when you go in with your ultimate, there's that slight delay when you come back down where you can't really do anything. And Ignite, it can add that last tick of damage because, it's really annoying when you come down off your ultimate and the enemy is just able to walk away. So with the Ignite, you're able to really kind of maybe finish off those kills that you wouldn't get otherwise. But either way, going to get into the loading screen here. Once again, Urgot, Sejuani, Morgana, Kai'Sa, and Thresh for Nocturnal Dragons. And for the side of mediocre at best, Fiora, Dr. Mundo, Nico, Tristana, and Lux. Glad you could join us here for this final game of the evening. As like I said, mediocre at best, trying to come up 7-0 on the season. Nocturnal Dragons, they are looking to improve, I believe, to 3-4 this year, if I'm not mistaken. Of course, need to see the graphic to remember that real quick, but either way, we will go ahead and get into that loading screen.
Yeah, it should be super interesting. Like I was alluding to, Fiora can get the split push going. It could be really dangerous. It'll be really interesting to see how this lane phase plays out. I think Wolfie Gnomelad could do a lot of damage here, and I'm surprised to see the Aftershock Lux back. It's something that hasn't been played in a while at the pro level. So I like that players are saying, "Hey, I really enjoyed playing this. I want to play it again." Should be cool.
So you see here, both supports, they are taking Aftershock. You do see it is the Comet for Nico, and it is the Comet as well for the Morgana. So both of those champions trying to maybe add a little bit of damage after the fact. See, it's going to be the Grasp for Mundo. Of course, I don't know a whole lot about Mundo Jungle, but I think I was told you take Fleet Footwork.
Yeah, that's generally how it goes, because remember, runes aren't tied to stats anymore. But yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about the Grasping and Dying. You can't really proc it. I'll be interested to check later in the game how he does on that rune.
Why can't I check? And they need to add that to the replay client where you can hover over the runes, but everybody knows what the summoner spells. Can't hover over runes, and that kind of annoys me. But either way,
you have to click. You have to double click, and then on the lower left side, there's the profiles, and you're locked onto that character. There's a small arrow next to the movement speed.
Wow, you're a genius. Okay.
And you have to make sure you double click so the directed camera is off.
Yeah,
it's kind of a pain though. It like cuts back to directed camera.
I got you. But it looks like we've maybe got an interesting situation here. You see, mediocre at best, they're lining up in that mid lane river brush on the bot side.
And there's gonna be a late
Nocturnal Dragons, they are
here.
also doing their own thing. They're going for the 5-man invade where there is nobody. So ultimately, both teams are on the other side of one another. We might have a big level 1 upcoming here.
Oh, there's a ward though.
I don't think.
Stay in the bush.
Nocturnal Dragons, they're gonna know that mediocre best is coming.
Oh no!
He's not gonna find
anybody.
Still
goes over the wall.
Just a little bit too long.
Oh
He's still
man!
Flash out from Mundo. It looks like we have some fighting over this blue buff, but man, that hook just going through everybody. The smite is there, and it's actually gonna be Mundo taking it. So Nocturnal Dragons, they actually don't get anything for this except for that Mundo flash.
Yeah, that's a huge, huge play there. Quetzalcoatl's gonna really struggle to farm this out. Mundo's gonna go straight to his red and then maybe straight to the blue buff. It's not a good situation. You know,
Yeah,
committed so much, and now Jared the Bear is forced to walk and have a deficit in lane. He's already 5 CS down. He hasn't even got to lane yet. So let's see. How many minions has he lost? He's lost a full wave of EXP. That is brutal.
Yeah, that is tragic for Nocturnal Dragons. You see here, Quetzalcoatl, he is still dealing with his red buff. Well, or his red buff, excuse me, while Mundo already on his second buff. So you see here, Mundo's a little bit low. Another hook not connecting with this Tristana, but Mundo actually be taken very low. And that's where Fleet Footwork probably comes in handy, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think Fleet Footwork would have really helped. He's getting reset off the buff, really not great. Fiora's coming in and warding, so now they know where Sejuani is, but Sejuani, now you can take your time, you know. They wasted your time, now they wasted their own time. It's kind of a silly early game here.
Something to note, yeah, Panzor the Great didn't actually finish that red buff, so any kind of lead he built up there kind of just loses.
And he got a cloth armor, which is super crazy to me. I feel like he needs to go for the other jungle item. I know armor helps you technically clear the jungle, but he really needs that AP burn and the health regen. It's not ideal.
Yeah, certainly an interesting situation here as we get underway in this one. Already a couple mistakes made by both sides. But, of course, both these teams, they're going to try to calm down. They're going to try to get back and continue on with this game. The matchup I want to see, by the way, the most, we didn't really talk about this. I kind of briefly mentioned it, but I think we may have been during Pro Draft. NDRvsMAB and Gavrilo Princip. These are two of the best players on both their teams. NDRvsMAB probably one of the best AD carries in the league. Gavrilo Princip, he's looked very, very good in almost every single one of mediocre at best wins this season. I'm interested to see who kind of wins out in this one, as this is probably the best AD carry matchup you'll get all year, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely.
But
I'm also super interested to see how the lanes play out. I think it's really about the Lux binding or the thresh. Excuse me, the thresh hook. Whoever lands that CC.
Yeah, we've seen Wolfie throw a few hooks so far. There's the first one to
really
connect.
nice
He's going to find his way on the Lux, but Tristana just going to go ahead and jump in and try to put some damage on the NDRvsMAB. NDRvsMAB going to go ahead and flash away. Tristana does get the reset. She's going to go ahead and double jump once again. Wolfie going to flash in and try to get some damage down. It's going to be first blood for the Thresh, but Gavrilo Princip does pick up his first kill as he is able to take down Kai'Sa. 1-for-1 trade, but really, you got to be happy if you're mediocre at best, as that kill goes to your AD carry.
Yeah, and if I'm Thresh there, I stay fighting because I have the passive auto attack with a lot of damage. And Lux really blew all of her abilities, so I'm not really sure why he backed off there. He could have at least traded harder, but yeah, really good job by Princip. Get the reset on the rocket jump from the full bomb explosion. That's such a cool mechanic that they added. They basically reward that aggression. It's and yeah, Triss coming back with a pickaxe. It's definitely a spooky scenario.
Yeah, you do see her Kai'Sa D. She does pick up her tier, so she will be able to start stacking that as you see a Dark Binding coming down from the Morgana. We saw her in support the first 2 games, but we are going to get to watch Psycho Ghost attempt that Morgana mid. We've seen it quite a few times this season as well. Of course, you've seen Morgana in every single game this year. You get the opportunity to see it in a few roles. I want to see, this is my challenge if you're listening in right now and you're part of a team. I want to see Morgana played in the other roles. I want to see a Morgana top. Who wants to be brave enough to go ahead and go on that? And then who wants to play the Morgana jungle? Who wants to throw it back?
Well, G2 couldn't make any top work. I doubt anyone's gonna Morgana top, to be frank.
Any top?
Yeah, G2 played any top.
We'll talk about that later, but Jared the Bear, he's in a rough situation here. He's going to have to go ahead and flash out, but does stay alive as the last Q from Panzor the Great, not able to pick up the kill.
Yeah, and he should be happy. He has teleport. He's not going to miss much here. He probably doesn't even need to teleport based on where the minions are, so.
Wolfie going to throw the hook right into the minion. The minion's going to cuck Nocturnal Dragon's attempt at an engage here. You do see another Dark Binding going down. Psycho Ghost pretty accurate so far with those Dark Bindings, at least what we can see. You see here, it is going to be a lane gank trying to find the hook on for the engage. This Quetzalcoatl, he is still there. They don't know they're there. There comes the knockup onto the Tristana. Tristana going to go ahead and rocket jump away, but they're going to focus their efforts on iCall-Lytics. Lux trying to walk away, doesn't have flash. She's just going to go ahead and give herself up. Nocturnal Dragons, 2 kills so far in this one. That's the first kill of the game for Quetzalcoatl. As once again, NDRvsMAB, he's just going to have to settle for the assist.
Yeah, and
Either
they're
way,
gonna
we'll
rotate right for the Fire Drake here. Really good play. You know, Drakes are all about your bot lane, mid lane priority. So you created bot lane priority. Mid lane was already dealing with a priority issue from shoving everything out, and now you can get this Drake for free. Really well done by Quetzalcoatl and the bot lane there.
Yeah, if mediocre at best thing is invades, Nocturnal Dragons, they are kind of masters of the lane gank, so to speak. It almost seems like we see Quetzalcoatl do at least 2 or 3 lane ganks per game. And more often than not, it has worked, but we do see some fighting up on the top side here. The Bear still trying to come back
Here
from
comes
that.
the ult. Oh.
Yeah, still trying to come back from that deficit he put himself in at the very beginning of the game. But
Yeah,
you
and
do see
he's
him
down significantly on CS.
yeah, not the lane
It's a
for
rough situation.
Jared the Bear
He
was looking
still
for.
hasn't teleported. What did he buy when he went back to base? Did he not buy anything last
I don't think
time?
he's bought. I don't think he's bought anything as of yet. You do see he does have the TP available, but it looks like he's going to try to just CS under his own tower. But you do see Mundo. He's gotten to the point where he's relatively safe farming his own jungle. The toughest part is over after almost getting executed earlier in the game. But you see Fiora, she's just going ahead and back up. She has the TP, so she'll be able to get back right back to doing things if she wants to use that. Of course, she may also walk the lane as well, with the lane pushing in.
Yeah, with the lane pushing, I think she's just going to walk back. They're going to use this TP on the bot side. Fiora can start pushing with impunity now because her Q is on a low enough cooldown. She can dash out of almost anything. And she has Tiamat. She's just going to be pushing her advantage and keeping the lane shoved so that she can go attack this jungle and go attack the mid lane. She wants to get out on the map and do something.
So we see here junglers still, well actually, it's going to be Panzora the Great hitting level 6 first. Quetzalcoatl will quickly follow though, so that's a big change for, that's a big level for Quetzalcoatl is what I'm trying to say here. As now you have that ultimate available and we'll see where he chooses to go ahead and take that ultimate. But
yeah, Mundo's about a half a level up EXP wise, just from the farming, the clear speed. And you saw how low he was. He's really pushing his edge here. Ooh, that was almost a great hook.
Yeah, trying to thread it through the minions, not able to find it though, but here's the engage. The Lux ultimate is going to be there. The bomb is there. The heal and the push away from the ultimate. Gavril Princep claims a 2v2 kill on the Gnome Lad.
Yeah, really nice use of skill shot. Lux hit everything. You know, that was so much burst that I'm looking to spectate. Thresh thought that the Lux ignited even though she didn't. That was just such a huge amount of burst. So, really really good combo there by Princip and I call Linux.
So that'll
Super
even up the
well done.
That'll even up the kills, but you do see here it is a 1k gold advantage for mediocre at best. You see, once again, I have no equal. Going to go ahead and go in onto Jared the Bear. Urgot still just trying to fight back. Already 40 CS down. Does have the Phage and the boots. But Fiora, she's got that Tiamat. She's going to be able to push in the waves, continue to try to maybe force fight she really wants to take. And of course, a little bit of extra damage if she does decide to go in with that reset.
Yeah, and she's just using her ult to push Urgot around and dissuade any fighting. She's really not concerned about killing him. She feels she can kill him whenever. It's
Looks like we got something brewing down in the bottom side of the river. That's going to be Quetzalcoatl going in onto the Nico. Remember, the Nico does have the ultimate. There is the flash. Dark Binding is going to catch. He's going to go ahead and pop it, but can she get it off in time? No. Dumb KT is going to go down. It's going to be Nomad picking up kill number 1. That's the kill. That's the character you want that kill to go on. And once again, Nocturnal Dragons will leap out in front, at least kill-wise, but goal-wise, still trailing by about 400.
yeah, and Nocturnal Dragons is really good about giving their money over to Gnome. I know they've had some.
Ooh, there's the hook over the
oh,
rocket
huge
jump,
hook!
but that might be unfortunate as you have all 3 members of mediocre best coming down. Gavril Princep, he's going to continue to push on the Lux ultimate. Is going to be there. That is going to slay Wolfie. Dr. Moody, he's going to go for this tower dive here. One more auto will do it. There's the ultimate from Kaisa, but no, Gavril Princep is there with the last auto attack to go ahead and pick up that kill. So a nice hook from Wolfie to engage the fight, but a super unlucky situation as Mundo coming right down the lane.
Yeah, and speaking of lane ganks, you know, that's how you dissuade that aggression. It was a really beautiful hook, and they thought, hey,
top side, there is the Fiora ultimate. Quetzalcoatl is there, but will he be able to save his teammate? The Q will not connect. I have no equal. Is able to finish off the solo kill. Instead, Juwani, she's just gonna have to try to do this herself if she wants to continue on. You're right, the Fiora does have no mana, but Quetzalcoatl, he doesn't think he has the damage to continue. He will just go ahead and back off. But a solo kill for I have no equal onto Jared the Bear.
yeah, really, we were kind of waiting for that to happen, you know, the CS advantage, the pressure advantage.
Ooh,
Oh,
hold on
bot
here. We
lane.
have ourselves a roam. Psycho Ghost's gonna go in. He's gonna go ahead and flash to keep himself with the ultimate. There's the Zonya's coming out. That's just gonna allow Gabriel Princeps to walk away.
Yeah, really nice job. Fortunately, the Zonias came in a little late.
Nocturnal Dragon's not done just yet, as it looks like Sejuani is still up on the top side, trying to do some damage to I Have No Equal, so they can get this execute. The execute maybe put on just a little bit early. They have no damage, you're right. They're just gonna go have to back off. His Urgot just no damage with just the phage.
Yeah, and just not in range to do damage either. You know, I'd understand if he's right on top of them, but there's no opportunity to do damage. Is really what I meant there. It's not that the Urgot doesn't hurt; it's that he can't hurt at that distance.
So things starting to turn into the favor of mediocre at best. 3K gold lead now at 12 minutes. Still only a 2-kill difference game, but as we've seen so many times, it's usually who has the better individual skill. You see the 50 CS lead for the Fiora and the kill. That's actually going to be about 1.4K gold right there. But hold on, it looks like we have another kill coming. Dumb KT, he's not going to survive the gank in from Wolfie and Gnomelad as once again, Thresh picking up another kill. It looks like we may have a fight coming up against this dragon. Panzor the Great is there, does have the smite available. He is going to go ahead and smite it, but it looks like he's not going to be long for this world. He's going to go down next. It's going to be kill number 2 for Gnomelad. That's going to even up the kills. And but if you are mediocre at best, at least you leave with something as you take that Mountain Drake.
Yeah, and Gnomelad is really cleaning up a lot of this. It's and he's building the scaling Kai'Sa build. So when he power spikes, he's going to power spike massive. He's going to go straight for the Rage Blade. His build order is a little off. You want to go the double pickaxe route so that you can get right onto Rage Blade just as you're Oh, nice blue take.
Yeah, Quetzalcoatl invading onto the blue buff, taking it, giving it over to Psycho Ghost on the Morgana. It looks like, yeah, maybe we have a dive coming up, but the minions aren't necessarily there. You're going to have to go ahead and blast plant over and push that wave in before you can really start to maybe plan the invade. But you do see here, it is the ward, so they're going to go ahead and spot that out. So a nice thought from Nocturnal Dragons, but ultimately nothing comes of it.
Without pink warding the pit, it was hard to, or with a tri-brush, it was hard to execute that dive.
Here, Wolfie trying to throw that hook over the wall, doesn't find it though. Quetzalcoatl, he is in the area. Looks like he's actually going to go take his red, but we look back at top side, or top lane, and Jer the Bear just still struggling to get back into this one. Still 60 CS down. And yeah, almost 2 levels behind here at this stage of the game. Laning phase can't hang quickly enough if you're the Urgot.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate. You don't have a lot of options when you're that far behind, and other than just take damage every time you walk up, you know, he's getting effectively poked, and he's about to get dove by Mundo here.
Like we've got ourselves a dive up coming. Here comes Panzor the Great, only level 8, but the Fiora's going to do most of the damage here in this one. Mundo's going to go ahead and tank that one, so Fiora can go ahead and do the work she needs to do. That's another kill for I Have No Equal. 2-0 on the day. You see Gabriel Princeps having to rocket jump away from another attempted Nocturnal Dragon engage. First tower of the game going down for mediocre at best. They're going to go ahead and take that top tier 1. And that's going to open up some things on the map. And Quetzalcoatl once again appears in the bot lane. Gabriel Princeps doesn't have rocket jump available. They're going to find the ult onto it. The shutdown goes to Thresh. But yet another kill for this bot lane on Nocturnal Dragons as they are just continuing to trade blows down there. Very bloody bot lane here in our last game of the evening.
Yeah, but what they're getting for that is they lost top tower. There's a Rift Herald that could go down on mid tower and take that down. There's the macro state of the game isn't very good. Lux used her ult really nicely to stall the push here. I think they can get a tower out of this, but yeah, it's going to take a bit to push it down.
We have not seen a game today in which both teams took a tower, believe it or not, but it looks like Nocturnal Dragons, they are going to be able to get this one low, if not actually take it themselves. You do see it is going to be Nico in the area. They are going to finish off this tower, so we will not see 3 games with no towers here today, but we do see at least they take that one. So, well, English is hard, but either way, 16 minutes in this one kind of fell apart there for a second. Rift Herald does go over to the Fiora. She does appear down bot side. Looks like they may be looking to use it bot lane instead, or at least for the time being. You know, you do have quite a bit of time to hold on to that if you want.
Yeah, I think they're going to swap some people around. They want to use the Trist now on the map to start taking other towers. And I think mid lane is the place they're going to go with it. You're already seeing Trish set up mid, start taking farm.
All right,
Quetzalcoatl's trying to dissuade Fiora from using the Herald, but they're going to give up a lot of mid pressure for this.
you see here, Psycho Ghost going to work on holding those minions off. It's 3 members of Mediocre at best hang out in the mid lane. The bomb is going to be placed onto that tower. Remember, the reset is going to be there. The tower is going to go down, but they're going to focus their efforts on the icon. Nomad will find the kill onto the Lux, but Gabriel Princeps still relatively healthy. Quetzalcoatl doing a lot of work on the front side of the fight. That's going to be a double kill for Nomad. Tristana, she's going to be taking low. There is the flash. Psycho Ghost's going to flash after. There's the Sejuani ultimate.
Nice,
a 3 for nothing for Nocturnal Dragons. They find a very good fight, but you do see the Rift Herald is going to be summoned down bot as I Have No Equal continues to push those towers. But
that should be a tower trade.
Or Nocturnal Dragons.
Yeah, that should be a tower trade. Mid for bot is a good trade here for Nocturnal Dragons. I think it was a really nice play for them to, well, it's really a 2-for-1 tower trade, but they collapsed super hard. They picked the fight that they wanted to pick. They're putting the gold. They're putting so much gold onto Gnome Lad. He's gonna come back with a Rage Blade really soon. He's got 1,000 gold in inventory. He's already almost got the full Rage Blade. I think he can afford it at this point. It would be super cool if I could pull up the shop from a character's perspective, but I can't do that. So, right, please, etc.
Yeah, so we do see here 18 minutes. Another dragon is in play. It is the Mountain Dragon. We do see here these engage onto Wolfie. The Fiora ultimate is going to be dropped down. Hasn't got the healing just yet, but trying to finish off that kill. Wolfie is still alive. There's the Dark Fire going down on the Fiora. She's going to be executed. Pinzor the Great, he might be the next one to fall. He's actually going to pop the ultimate. A big Lux ultimate. Turning around that fight. It's already a 2-for-1. Gabriel Princeps, he's going to have to try to finish this one off. You don't have no light in the fight. KT going to claim the next kill there onto Psycho Ghost. Wolfie continuing to run out. She will stay alive, but she loses 3 members of the squad. A 3-for-1 trade for Mediocre at best. It looks like they're going to turn their attentions to Dragon.
Yeah, and Wolfie lived is the ironic part through all that. When he got caught out and then they started to turn, I thought, oh wow, this will be really interesting. It just turned out everyone else died except Wolfie. He got to walk away.
Yeah.
Or no, maybe he just respawned really quickly. No, he lived. He lived.
Personal note here, as we do see the Dragon taking down Wolfie and Dumb KT, both girls, by the way, seasons.
Oh, my bad.
See, I don't have notes, so I don't know that until somebody tells me. But yeah, Wolfie is a girl. Dumb KT is also a girl. So it's the little thing. We make mistakes until people tell us these mistakes, so that's fine. But either way, getting to 20 minutes now. Still a relatively close game. This game not decided just yet.
I would be super worried about the double Mountain Drake though. Panzer the Great and Trist can pretty much do a dragon on their or a Baron on their own. They don't need any other damage because they're getting so much amp from the Mountain Drake, and Mundo's just going to become unkillable after a certain point.
Yeah, so you do see you're going to need to get that Executioners if you are Nocturnal Dragons. You only have the Bramble Vest on the Urgot at this stage of the game, and that's gonna do quite a bit of work. I mean, Fiora, Tristana, Dr. Mundo. It's not a bad buy here, but you do see it. The Kaisa, once again, excuse me, no Executioners just yet. The Morgana, no Morellos. Sejuani, no Bramble Vest, etc, etc. So you only have that one source of anti-healing for a comp that really benefits a lot off of healing. But you do see here, there's the bomb put down on the Quetzalcoatl. He's gonna walk right into 2 members of the Mediocre at best squad, but you do see here they're trying to push down this top lane tier 1, and we didn't really see this a whole lot from Monster Mash in the last game. Actually, hold on, we'll talk about that here in a second. That's going to be just Psycho Ghost deleted. Support Lux, more like mid lane Lux, and she's going to go ahead and claim another kill. Actually, no, that's Pinzor the Great. Pinzor the Great, he's actually going to pop the Mundo ultimate. He's just going to try to frontline this fight. He's taking quite a bit of damage. The Lux ultimate, the fresh hook is there. That's going to be no line on the rampage. Gabriel Princeps, the next one to fall. This one might be turning bad for Mediocre at best. That's a shutdown for Gnome Lad.
That could be Baron. That could be Baron for sure.
3 and 6 is the Kaisa. Where do you go from here? Do you go Baron?
You gotta go Baron.
Or do you push this top lane tier 1?
Oh, I don't like it. I think they really should have Baroned, especially with Dora taking a tier 2 down bot.
Yeah, you're going to trade a top lane tier 1 for a bot lane tier 2 and maybe more. Fiora showing no signs of slowing down that push. Psycho Ghost, he's going to be the one to react first. And now it looks like they maybe think that they have time to start up this Baron and get both the tower and the Baron. Psycho Ghost, he's not even going to be... But, of course, Psycho Ghost, that's actually big. That's going to stop the Baron as I Have No Equal. The solo kills the Morgana in the mid lane here, and that's going to be an inhibitor tower down. So you think about getting the Baron, but you may be a little bit slow on that one. And
I would stay around if I have no equal. I would wiggle my ass a bit. I would tease them and make them want to chase me so that my team can go collect the Baron now. It's terrifying. Yeah, it's such a poor map state You know, I have no equal just walked straight past the turret with the minions hitting it and said, hey, screw it, I'm gonna kill you. And just blocked the Q and went to town. It's truly, I have no equal has no equal so far this game.
Yeah, so as you can see, they do... Nocturnal Dragons, they did have vision of the Baron, so they were able to find out that Mediocre at Best was actually hovering around that area. So, no Baron this time around. Nomad taking quite a bit of damage. The Lux ultimate is there. She's got to flash away, though, as Wolfie throwing the hook out. Nomad walking out of the way of that Lux ultimate, probably saving his life in the process.
Interesting thing to note, Quetzalcoatl is 6 HP away from getting his Warmog passive. He's at 2994. So the second he hits level 13, which he just in 12, or if he has the rune, if he gets a couple more overgrowth procs, he's at 2997. So 3 HP away from basically getting the unlimited HP regen. So that's a huge power spike for Sejuani. He really needs to get that overgrowth proc.
Yeah, so 23 minutes, just everything starts to slow down once again. Looks like they're content to just continue to send this Fiora down bot side with that open inhibitor. That would add a whole lot of pressure, especially away from the Baron. If you are mediocre at best, it's all about really kind of maybe starting to take that Baron. Remember last week, mediocre at best, they were a little bit slow to really kind of, you know, claim that win. And as a result, we had to wait about 25
Nomad
minutes
needs to be recalling now, and he needs to go help his team on the bot side. They're not going to kill the Fiora, and Psycho Ghost could die here.
Yeah,
nope.
As you see, I have no equal. Level 15. 2 levels higher than anybody else in this game. Including
just
both
gobbling up for him. He's almost Flame Horizon. Jared the Bear. And he's about here.
Yeah,
I don't think Nomad can... I don't think they can 2v1 him without really good CC hitting.
Yeah, so Nocturnal Dragons, they have their newest threat in front of them. That is the Fiora, especially with TP available. So this Fiora going to be able to join a team fight if necessary. Of course, you do see here Jared the Bear and Psycho Ghost. They both have TP as well, so they're going to be able to join team fights if one does bring out. But as we've seen, Nocturnal Dragons, they're more or less traveling in a pack pretty much everywhere. You do see it is a Dragon started up. It is going to be an Air Drake. All 10 members are here in this game, but the Dragon is going to go down, and it looks like this time it's just going to be a tease as Nocturnal Dragons is going to back off towards that mid lane.
Fiora's going to walk back bot, but I like that ND is going for push right now. I would go secure more Baron vision now that the minions are there, and I would send somebody back to answer the Fiora, obviously, because that can, you know, cause trouble really quickly. Oh, they're gonna face check, or they're gonna rush bait.
Yeah,
I love it.
We've got ourselves a death push coming up. Gabriel Princep, he's walking forward. There's a dark fighting. That's a dead Tristana. Can they find anything more?
Could be a dead Nico too.
The root is there onto Nico. Nico gonna use the ultimate. Does find a few, but she is in the middle of the fight with nowhere to go. But hold on, wait a second. Where is that damage coming from? That's a shutdown for Nico onto the Thresh. Nomad, he is not gonna be long for this world. He goes down to the Mundo. And that fight started out so well for Nocturnal Dragons, but the Nico finding the damage. You don't group up against Nico.
Yeah, and that Nico Q did so much.
There's a dead Morgana, and that's gonna be mediocre best starting out the Baron.
Yep. Yeah, this is all the pressure that I have no equal exerted. They just went in on the Nico, and it just the Q plus the stun plus the ultimate, or the snare plus the ultimate, everything just lined up perfectly for them. It was a really nice catch in the beginning, but they couldn't bring their damage to bear quick enough. So ulting the Nico ultimately didn't do anything. It was really, really unfortunate. And a really great stopwatch, which now she has the full zoning, so prepare for more of that.
So yeah, a 1-in-3 Nico at that stage of the game. She finds the shields. Of course, the Lux shield coming in from the back end of the fight, the shielding on the ultimate. You had the burst damage, but you weren't able to claim the kill because of all of the shields. So that really a big factor in the fight as well. We talked about the Nico really putting down the damage. She finds the root and the Q. The Pop Blossom, well, not the Pop Blossom, but the Nico Q. I play so much at Nico and I don't even know what her Q is called. The Blooming Burst. There you go.
Yeah.
It does so much damage. And when you stand in the same place, it's going to do even more damage.
Which if you're CC'd, you can't help it. Yeah.
Yeah, and so Yeah, Dumb KT may be walking into a accidental victory there, but an accidental victory is still a victory nonetheless. So nothing to apologize for as long as you get the kills. So yeah, that is a 3-3 Nico. That's a pretty strong Nico now with the Zanyas. You see Fiora continuing that push down on the bottom side.
Yeah, and there's no way to stop her. That inhib on the bot side is just a matter of time. I would group up and just do 4-1 and guarantee that you have the right amount of pressure. They want to take all 3 lanes in at the same time. I respect that. I just think you need to get that inhib down and then collapse in the other lane.
As you do see here is they are going to focus their push on the top lane tier 2, the demolish, excuse me. Going to go ahead and pick up that kill here as Quetzalcoatl. He's going to put some pressure on there, but you're leaving a 1v1 situation down in the bot side. Those are Baron empowered minions, and that is a very strong Fiora. This inhibitor is definitely going to go down. And you do see Urgot, he is not going to be able to take out those minions quick enough. Actually, Fiora going to turn her attention down to this mid lane inhibitor tower. That's going to go down. You're losing a lot if you're Nocturnal Dragons for no gate in particular. No left. He is going to go ahead and engage on the down. Does find the kill, but Fiora continuing this push alongside with Dumb KT and Icolytics. Actually, no, there's
with the bush bait.
That is a dead Fiora. Quetzalcoatl can go onto this Icolytics. Dumb KT is there though. Remember, Urgot still does have the Guardian Angel available. It's going to be popped. Dumb KT now going to try to run away. You still have Quetzalcoatl there. That's going to be Dumb KT going down. You lose a lot of members if you're mediocre at best, but you lose 2 inhibitors if you are Nocturnal Dragons. Both sides may be making mistakes in that one.
Yeah, and Nomelad was recalling, but then they all ran past him in the bush without checking it. And so he just blew Tristana up in like half a second. Trish had no idea he was there, and it's just full Kai's kid unloading on you. It was wild. They, I think they have the tools to win team fights, but the map state is ruined. It's no inhibs, no Drakes. If Drake's not up for another minute or so when everyone else is back, yeah. It'll get ugly. It's just not ideal. I think it's like too little, too late. It's Valiant. It'll look good in the scoreboard, but
true or false, Sneezes?
False.
I had a thought, but I forgot it. Well,
sorry.
That's gonna sound bad. That's gonna sound bad on the VOD, but
true or false? Come on.
I remember what I was gonna say. True or false? This is a fiesta of a game.
True.
If you don't like this, you don't like NA League of Legends.
It's a party. It's not a clown fiesta, but it is a party.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm gonna stop short of calling it a clown fiesta, but it is certainly a fiesta nonetheless. We have had a lot of action here in game number 3, excuse me. Believe it or not, this is our closest game of the day, Sneezes.
By far.
By far. We saw 2
yeah, you have to give up
earlier.
Yeah, they had to give up the Drake here.
Ooh, there's a Drake steal! Quetzalcoatl going in, flashing out of the bush, but you do see all those minions pushing in. They're going to have to immediately back off as I Have No Equal just continuing to push. Almost a solo carry.
The Drake is really nice, but it's not. Oh,
ooh, hold on, no one. He decides he wants some of I Have No Equal here. There's the Zanyas coming
that hook
from the Kaisa. The fadeaway W is not going to connect. There's the dark fighting going down onto Dr. Mundo. They're going to turn their attention to Panzora the Great here. Hook is not going to connect. Gabriel Princep, he is still relatively healthy, but he is not relatively strong. Do have Dumb KT and iCall Linux over the wall there. I Have No Equal going to go ahead and resume his push.
So one thing I want to call out is Jared the Bear was getting Flame Horizon, and now he's almost caught up. He's only 50 CS behind. He was like 105 CS behind. So he's been able to get his items get back in the game. He has what he needs.
Linux, they're going to take the fight. How long can the Fiora stay alive? She can't. She's going to go down Nomad on a killing spree, but you immediately have to turn around and focus on those minions as Mediocre Fest just continues to come down the top lane.
Yeah, this is the Nomad show right now. He's doing so much damage. You know, Wolfie's landing some really great hooks. This is the kind of scenario they want to play with. But look at the minions are balling. It's going to be super dangerous.
Yeah, Psycho has the wave clear, but not the items or the strength here. But Call Linux, he may be going the wrong way. He might go down just a little bit. He will. Quetzalcoatl going to claim the life of the Lux. And Mediocre Best, they're kind of turning this into maybe a little bit of a fiesta like last week. And dare I say it, and you know, I'm well aware of the situation. You still have 2 inhibitors down. You still have 8 towers. This one may be starting to turn a little bit in the other direction.
Yeah, Tristana's 2 levels down. You know, Fiora's still strong, but once Fiora hits level 18, she can't get any stronger. She's working on a GA now, which is really good. She definitely needs it. And, you know, Mundo's really tanky, but he's just absorbing so much, and Kaisa just... This late game build with the AP/AD, now as a Phantom Dancer and a Zonya is incredibly hard to kill. It's, oh, Jerry the Bear might be caught, though. This is scary.
Yeah, Jared the Bear, he's caught in a bad situation here. Does have the flash available, but there's the
He's
flash
level
coming out.
17, though. He could kill
He is level
Tristana.
17. He's very big. Look at the damage he's able to do to that Tristana, and it looks like they're just going to go and back off rather than lose their 80 carry. Jared the Bear, he had a rough early game, but he's starting to get those items. You're right. He has that Thorn Mail, and that's making a lot of difference now. But you do see down on the bot side,
But someone
look who
has
it
to
is.
answer
It's
this.
I have no equal. Yeah, you do see Nomad is in the area. If you're going to send somebody down there to deal with that, that would be the correct choice here. But you see, with the Fiora applying so much pressure, it is going to be the Baron started up by mediocre at best. It's going to be burned down to about
Can he steal
3k
again?
health. Quetzalcoatl is there, does not have flash available, but does have the flash and the dash. He's going to flash the Tristana ultimate, pushes him out of the Baron pit. Well done from Gallo Princeps. Psycho goes, he may be caught in a bad situation. Can they go ahead and claim the kill? No, there's a Dark Binding coming down on Tristana, and it looks like that is where the chase is going to end. They're going to go ahead and give chase for just a little bit, but they are going to back off and claim all 5 Baron buffs for their side.
Yeah, really close there. Really nice from Gavrilo Princip to get the get him out of the
Princip,
pit.
by the way.
Gavrilo Princip, yeah.
Do you know who
Sorry.
Gavrilo Princip is?
No.
He is the person who shot Franz Ferdinand and started World War I.
Oh, I see.
Yes, he is an assassin. Take that as you will. But you know,
Yeah.
history facts here on
History
the Rings,
fact.
But I think I've said that at least once every week. But yeah. Well, by the end of this season, my hope is that everyone in the Commonwealth Esports
Everyone will
League
know
and
that.
server knows who Gavrilo Princip is. I didn't know week 1 either, but I googled it because I was curious.
Gotcha. I was not curious.
Well, unfortunately for you, you're dealing with somebody who is curious, and so you had to hear about it. But either way, 34 minutes into this one. What's life without some sidetracking? But either way, you see here Fiora, she's got those Baron-empowered minions once again. You're sending Urgot to deal with that one. That is a level 18 Urgot with Guardian Angel available. So that's pretty much a different Urgot than what we saw earlier. See here, Quetzalcoatl going to help claim or kill off some of those last few minions for the time being. It seems like it's just trying to turn into a game of tower defense.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, with the Barons, though, you should be able to crack the base again and get these inhibs. I think they need to send more people. They're spreading out too much. You should be 4-1ing at this stage when you have the Baron buff. You don't... 1-3-1 is almost too passive. It's really hard to...
Yeah, there's the ultimate coming
Oh,
out
this
from
is
Psycho.
big.
Goes, I have no equal. He's going to go ahead and parry onto the Urgot. There is Quetzalcoatl as well.
They're gonna
Looks
lose
like
the
Fiora, he's
inhib
going to have
for
to do
this.
some special plays here. Does get the healing. The healing is there. Psycho was trying to find the kill tag to be Quetzalcoatl. The Guardian Angel, excuse me, means Urgot will still be alive. You do see a tower going on down on the top side though. Nomad, he's going to have to burden the Zonyas. Zonyas would actually Nomad going
Zonyas
down would
and
be a huge
stopwatch,
difference.
double
There's
Zonyas.
a second stopwatch. Nomad's still alive on the backside of this fight. Still waiting for the next one to go down. Looks like this might be a very big fight. That is the inhibitor claimed. Urgot does go down, and Gavrilo Princip gonna leave with just a sliver of health remaining.
Yeah, but 2 inhibs down. There's a ton of minions at the base. This is...
Yeah,
no one has to
Quetzalcoatl,
kill
he's gonna go ahead and try
everybody.
to dive down onto the Tristana here. Looks like he might try to trade his life for the ADC, but he's not able to find his way onto Princip. Look at those minions just pushing down that tower. Open Nexus here. No
Yes,
one.
GG.
He has to do his damnedest to just try to find any opening here. He's going to be shut
Yeah.
down. That's going to be the end of the game. It looks like, actually, no, there goes Gavrilo Princip. We're crawling to a finish here, but it is going to still end in 36 minutes. Mediocre best. They pave off a very game Nocturnal Dragon squad to stay 7-0 on the season.
Yeah, and it's all about that split push. They took the tower gold and just translated. Really nice. Really nicely done. They stalled out for a while there. It's hard when all those minions push in and you don't close, but yeah, really really good. MVP, this is tough. I kind of gotta give it to Gnomelad. Played
Yeah.
super well. He did the
That's what
most
I was gonna
damage.
say.
His team lost, but he 81% kill participation, the highest damage in the game. I think he had the not the highest KDA, but you know when you're playing a short range AD like that and you're making plays, I think I got to give it to him. If there was a better situation, I think his team would have won.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, I have no equal, obviously, the standout performer for mediocre at best, but I honestly agree with you there. That game maybe ends 10 minutes earlier if Nomad doesn't do some of the plays that he does. So, very close game, a little bit closer than maybe anybody thought it was going to be.
Yeah,
As
to me it was I have no equal is really about a champion matchup and just split pushing. You know, it's really great that you get the CS advantage and you do all that stuff. But it doesn't jump off the stat sheet, right? It doesn't wow anybody. So not trying to um not trying to discredit what he did, but I just think Nomad played admirably despite the loss.
Yeah, so with that, we'll go ahead and close the book on this one. Nocturnal Dragons, they dropped to 2-5 on the season. Mediocre at best, they are still undefeated. You know, we can say it's a fiesta all you want, but at the end of the day, mediocre at best does come out on top once again. They will stay 7-0. They will try to make it 8-0 tomorrow. Of course, don't have the schedule in front of me. I don't know the schedule by heart. We don't have a master schedule anywhere, at least one that actually no, we do have a master schedule somewhere. Hold on. I have to make a few more clicks because, you know, it
Me
is what it
too.
is. But
Tomorrow, mediocre best plays G3 Reapers.
mhm.
Lionheart Esports plays Nocturnal Dragons, and Monster Mash plays Rar.
All right, so 3 very good matchups tomorrow. First taking on second. I believe that is fifth taking on sixth, and then another second place team taking on another fifth place team. Either way, you're going to see 2 very good teams go at it tomorrow in mediocre at best and G3 Reapers. So we'll go ahead and close it out. We'll get to Sunday as quickly as we can. But for my broadcast partner Sneezes, I am LaRue. I hope you had as much fun watching this one as I enjoyed bringing it to you. We'll see you next week. We'll see you tomorrow. Excuse me. This is my first Saturday, isn't it? I'll see you tomorrow here on the Commonwealth League.